This video is basically meant to introduce beginners to the Civil 3D as a software. So for example, Civil 3D has three major important regions. So there's the ribbons at the top. There you see my cursor. You can see the Toolspace here, which is like the cockpit of, if this was a plane or a jet, this would be the cockpit. And then this is the workspace. So this is where you're carrying on, the people, passengers and whatnot. And then at the very bottom, this is where we have the various sheets. So these sheets were always, where you produce your final plan and profile. So for example, you can see here she did a fantastic job preparing the plan and profile. Now that we have the three major regions, I'm going to focus on the ribbons and what they do. The first and the most important part is the home ribbon. So the home ribbon is home. So home has almost all the tools that we may need for a lot of our basic work. So for example, these home ribbon or almost all ribbons are organized in a chronological order, or rather in a sequential manner, exactly the same way you would actually approach the design. So they put some time to think through it. With the home ribbon, of course, we want the tool space. This is where you get to, set everything about your project. After that, you go to, create ground data. So this is where you work with points, service, and surfaces. Then after that, you go to create design. So this one, at the very first, at create ground data, you work with topographic data. And then under create design, this is where now after analyzing your surface and of course converting that data into a digital terrain, then you start designing. So you can start with parcels for surveyors, feature line and grading, of course, for civil engineers. There is alignment for roads, profile for roads, corridors, intersections, assemblies, and then pipe networks. Pipe networks is a powerful tool mostly for utility design engineers, and this is very, very, very important. I actually have a course on this. You can check it out. And then after that, you have the profile and section view. This is basically about the vertical alignment and cross sections of the road. So we have the profile view. Then actually, let me go to the model space. So the profile view is right here. This is the profile view, the graph. The sample lines, we don't have sample lines here, I think they are frozen. Then the section views, which means the cross sections. And then after that, we have the draw modify. I think these are fundamental tools that you can be able to draft and model. And this is because actually Civil 3D really is runs on the AutoCAD infrastructure, but this is customized with tools for civil engineers. So for example, where there's Civil 3D, if you go to drafting and annotation, you'll be able to change the entire workspace from that of Civil 3D into the traditional AutoCAD. It has also the 3D modeling and planning analysis. So we go to Civil 3D. After that, you have layers. This is where you work with layers. I think I don't need to explain a lot there. You can go to layer properties, and then you can be able to create new layers and, of course, utilize them as you may see fit. After that, we have the insert ribbon. This is where you want maybe to insert something, maybe some land XML points, some points, survey data from storm sewers, maybe open InfraWorks model, connect it with GIS, connect shape files from maybe GIS softwares and sources. If you have blocks, if you have references, XRFs, you can attach, you can have underlays and so on. You can also actually attach from the point cloud data and so on. So this insert is very important. Sometimes works very good with when you're importing data from other projects for collaboration. Then there's the annotate. This is where you do annotation, dimensions, labeling, labels, tables, multi-letters and so on, markups, tables, labels. I think this is the easiest part. If you're conversant with AutoCAD, this becomes a very good one. Under modify, this is where you edit any elements. So for example, if you have a design and you want maybe to edit a corridor, you just have the functions to edit a corridor at that point. If you go to modify again, you want to modify alignment, it gives you the contextual ribbon that you need to modify any kind of an alignment, and you can always close. Under analyze, this is where you check, you do analysis of designs. So for example, Let's say you want to do some flow path analysis when you're doing design for storm sewer. If you want to do catchment analysis, quick profile, you have some terrain and you would want maybe to see how the land looks like without necessarily drawing complicated profiles. You can be able to learn to run quick profile. Then there's the drive. When you want to drive a vehicle, actually, that's one of the cool functionalities. You have a corridor, and then you can go to drive. You select, for example, the crown here, and then you get to have a drive. Actually, you get to have a drive. I mean, I don't know where is that? Where did it go? I don't know why it's not driving. Um, we see how that works. I don't know why it's not driving. Should be driving. Oh, there you go. So you can see I can be able to, you know, uh, to drive. This is I'm driving under the mesh of my entire roadway, and you can be able to see how the vehicle runs through the entire section. So you can close the drive uh, function here. The drive function is something that I would want you to take with a pinch of salt. If your computer is not very powerful, you no need to experiment that.